So these are some of my old training videos that I've made many years ago using pretty much only negative reinforcement and probably some positive punishment in there. I really wanted to go back and critique these just to kind of show what happens when you use a lot of pressure with the horse and break down like their body language, how they feel about it, what's kind of going on mentally and biomechanically, stuff like that, and then kind of show the difference to what it is that I do now with positive reinforcement. So, and it's just a good learning experience as well. So I'm going to kind of break down these videos and show you what I would do, what I wouldn't do, and kind of use this as a learning experience for definitely for me and for hopefully for everybody else. So, um, that's my goal here with these videos. So I've taken the halter off with this horse here, and I was going to do some round penning. So I've got my stick, and I'm going to use pressure to go on his shoulders. So you can, there I did not sequence my cues. So if you're going to use negative reinforcement, you got to sequence your cues. My sequence was way too short. It was point and then immediately went to stick. So this is better, but see, he's already trotting. If you watch the playback here, so I'm probably using a voice cue there. He's trotting, and now I'm using my stick. So that's just going to annoy a lot of horses because he's doing it and I'm putting pressure on him, or it's going to confuse them, or it's going to scare them. So that's, if you're going to use negative reinforcement, you got to sequence. That was actually a decent response, because the sequencing has been done somewhat okay. So he's getting into the canter, but you can see the head swing, um, the rushy trot. He's got his ears pinned there. They're not pinned here, but as he was going by the camera. So with negative reinforcement, you really have to sequence the cues or you're just going to be using a lot of punishment. And you can see here where I'm asking him to change direction and I've kind of just cut him off. And you can see that huge body language reaction. He's got his head down, then he's jumping to the side. He's got his tail flipping around. Again, same thing here. Ears pinned, not having a great time. See, just really, and then just kind of not doing it correctly either, because he's just like that last turn he did. He just turned. He's on the wrong lead. He's just kind of. It's not that now he's just really running too, and then just really cutting back to the other direction here. So nothing like biomechanically what we want. So not like again he's on the wrong lead. So not like that soft, smooth. Like here I paused it so you can see that he's um, cross cantering, cross firing. There he, oh, and then he crossfires on the other way. So nothing biomechanically smooth of what we want. So there's no, like, we're on the wrong lead, we're cross firing. He's just kind of, flinging around from one side to the other. There's no, like, sitting back, changing leads. There's none of that. So that's a big important part of this because I'm stressing this horse and its joints and its body, and there's really no benefit to this. So unfortunately, at the time my video person was videoing me a lot. And I can't really see the horse here, but he'll come back in a second. But um, it's just having him, like the little body language here where I'm stepping back and then stepping forward to get him to go forward. So like I'm stepping in front of the drive line, which that they do have that. That's what causes the flight or which causes a turn. So we're coming in front of that drive line and he's going to stop and turn, and then I'm going to go to the other side and then use my pre-cue and he actually goes off there. So pre-cues are learned because the horse knows that there's going to be a worse consequence later on. So it's like your mom saying, hey, clean your room. If you don't clean your room, then maybe, you have to go take out the trash or you have to do something you don't want to do, or something is added a punishment. Maybe she spanks you or something. I don't know if you're a child. There's a punishment to that. So that's how these pre-cues work is, okay, if you go on my point, then I won't hit you with the stick kind of thing. So people will be like, oh, well, he's so responsive and he's this and we have such a good communication, but he's like, oh, I don't want to be hit by the stick or I don't want to be chased or whatever it is. So that's what it's based on. Horses draw generally when you back up or when you turn away and walk away. That's a pretty natural thing for them is to follow things. Not all horses are going to do this right away, especially in the round pen. You'll see that with this horse and with a couple other horses, but what they're doing is please stop chasing me, like or putting pressure or making them run around, and this is the easier option. So even here he's like, I'm not gonna stay over here. So he did draw into me and he did follow me. That's going to be one of those things that horses are more naturally prone to doing, but then he was like, I don't really want to stay by you. So And you can see his nostrils are flared, his ears are kind of tipped back. He's definitely is doing quite a bit of work. What I was doing at the time was just kind of stepping in front, seeing if he would kind of like come back to me. And then, like, basically, what you're taught with this particular form of training is okay, well, he didn't want to follow me, so I'm basically going to give him a punishment and make it harder for him to go than harder for him to be away from me than be close to me. So, um, make the right thing hard or easy and the wrong thing hard, essentially. So this is just showing me like backing up. Again, he's drawing to me. Some of these like frames where you go, I'm replaying it, were built into the videos previously and I did not add. All the freeze frames are new, but I couldn't take these out. Or I don't know how. But so yeah, so it's classic, like I'm making this hard, even though like to do that, it's like my horse has to do something he really doesn't want to do, or the easier thing is just like, fine, I'll just be with you. And that's not really the relationship I want anymore. Um, so then he's like, okay, well, I'm tired of being chased around and having to work out here. It's easier to just come and stand with you. And this horse is obviously a paint horse. He's a very quiet horse. He is actually a really awesome horse. Very quiet, very chill. Gonna be your typical like horse that you would see that would work with a lot of negative reinforcement methods, because this horse is going to be like, well, I'm not going to go run around in the round pen. Like, that's exhausting. So he's going to choose to do this. A lot of horses don't do that and they will run and run and run, or you'll just scare the crap out of them. So now he's like, okay, well, it's much easier to stand next to you and follow you than it is being chased. So that's kind of round penning in a nutshell.